We get asked the question all the time, and this is because we've been handling nursing home cases for a long, long time now. We get asked all the time about what's a good nursing home for my loved one to be in? How do you choose? What do you need to know? And so forth. It's a really, really big deal. And um, we have definitely found over the years that there are some nursing homes that are um, better than others, right? We see pressure sores or bed sores that get worse and worse and worse in some nursing homes, dehydration, um, malnutrition, even, and rapid loss of weight, for which there isn't a good explanation, physical abuse, multiple falls that lead to injuries and hospitalization. So all kinds of bad things, unfortunately, can happen in these facilities. So what do you do about that? It is important to educate yourself, and you can look at online recent um, inspection results, basically for the different facilities, and that may be helpful to you. There's a grading system that's available online. One of the real basic first steps is also to look and see if the facility is owned by a for-profit entity or a not-for-profit entity. Now, this isn't something that's going to guarantee a good facility or not, but a not-for-profit facility has been shown, most of those, it's been shown that your loved one has a better chance of some better care, statistically anyway, if they're in a not-for-profit situation versus a for-profit um, facility or home. So, am I just making that up? No, I'm not just making that up. There were there have been multiple studies done. The biggest one was done back in the 80s, in the late 70s and into the early 80s. People were more and more and more concerned about some poor care that they saw going on in nursing homes. And it's been, of course, going on for a long time. It's been a little while since the 70s. Um, but a, a study was commissioned, and the Reagan administration was involved in certainly releasing the results and so forth. But at any rate, they found, after studying just tons and tons and tons of data and cases and facilities and all that, they found that just what I said a minute ago, a not-for-profit facility is going to give a resident a better chance of better care than a for-profit. So, you know, it's entirely possible that you don't have a choice. And it's also entirely possible that you could find a for-profit facility that's going to be better than a not-for-profit. But all things being equal, if you had two facilities and you looked at them and you had the choice between the two, and everything is roughly the same in terms of the quality of care that they appear to give, if all things are equal, I would try to place my loved one in a nonprofit facility for sure. The for-profit facilities sometimes will fall prey to looking after the profit motive, right? Looking at their profits over the people that they ought to be serving in these facilities. And so sometimes that's where understaffing comes from, a poorly trained staff, not enough staff members, and so forth. Occasionally, that takes the form of insufficient supplies and equipment and so forth being available to care for your loved one. In other words, they don't buy enough of it in order to maximize their profits. That could be a problem. And there are any number of problems that apparently apparently, according to these studies, manifest themselves in poor care in the for-profit facilities. So, bottom line, all things being equal, I would choose a not-for-profit nursing home over a for-profit nursing home every single time if all things are equal. So I hope that was helpful to you, and we'll be back soon with some more information.